It all started with an orange, or rather a photo of a peeled orange in a plastic container which was being sold in the US. The internet went into meltdown and US morning shows soon followed.
Are we that lazy that we can't peel an orange?
I haven't peeled an orange since the late 80s, but from what I remember, it's very easy to do.
A similar conversation is taking place in Australia.
People just think, well, it's just easy. I'm too lazy to put them in a bag myself.
It might seem lazy to you, but to Wendy Favorito, that pre-peeled orange is
totally useful. I look at this and I think this is a magic product for me. Why wouldn't I buy this when I can't open this in its natural form?
Wendy has debilitating rheumatoid arthritis, which she's had since she was 6 years old. Holding an orange can be painful, let alone peeling and cutting one.
I just don't even have the strength to grip the knife. So my husband, he'll get all of the ingredients out, he will chop everything, he'll take the lids off the cans and have everything ready to go so that really then when it's time to prepare the meal, I'm just doing the cooking side of it. If I don't have Joseph, any help I can get from pre-cut food from the supermarket can be a godsend. There's some great products where pumpkin's already cut up, or celery, or veggies for a soup mix. So when I come in here and I see stuff like this, I get really excited. I would never be able to grate beetroot or carrot and put together a fantastic salad. Before the introduction of pre-cut vegetables and fruit at the supermarket, it would be a matter then of going without. Otherwise, I would use frozen vegetables, but my preference is always to have fresh. I live with a chronic condition. It's in my best interest to have a healthy, nutritious diet. So the fact that I can have those options now is really life-changing at times.
All right, sweetheart, can you make Mummy and Daddy a coffee to have with breakfast, please?
Some people will argue that I could just rely on someone else cutting those foods for me, and that does work to a degree, but I'm lucky. There are many people in our community who live on their own. Who helps them?
It's a fundamental right for people to have access to good nutrition.
Joel Ferrin is a dietitian who works with people with disabilities and the elderly. He says access to nutritious food is often difficult.
I understand on one hand that prepackaged foods may not be all that environmentally friendly, but we've got people who are meeting their nutritional requirements as a result of these packaged foods, and I think they should be really embraced.
Come on in. In my view, it's a no-brainer. It's just creating choice and independence. My name is Sophie Marmont and I had cerebral palsy. In terms of cooking, the tricky points I suppose are the prepping and the cutting open food. I can do it sometimes, not to the MasterChef called standard, but to my standards. So I find things like the stir-fry mix a convenient and non-wasteful way for me personally to make a stir-fry. It's okay to make a healthy shortcut in your life, and if a bag of vegetables and pre-cut up chicken is going to make a weekly meal easier, why not?
Michael Simonetta runs a company that makes the type of pre-cut and pre-packaged products that Sophie and Wendy rely on.
The products that we make here are items like fresh cut fruit salads, stir-fry vegetable packs, snacking packs for all the major supermarkets.
But he says the benefit of these products for people with disabilities is a total accident.
I wasn't aware as such that people with disability relied on these products, but it certainly makes sense. And I'm even happier to know that we're helping people with disabilities eat and consume more fresh produce.
He says able-bodied but time-poor consumers are driving the demand.
The consumer's quest for convenience knows no bounds, and that was really the reason why we started in this fresh cut area.
But environmentalist Jeff Angel disagrees.
No, I don't believe that the consumers are driving the demand for over-packaging. In fact, everyone I talk to is absolutely appalled at the increasing rate of packaging of fruit and veg in the supermarkets. This is marketing gone mad. Supermarkets are doing this as a labour-saving measure. The packaged material has a barcode on it. You can either do it without a checkout person. The more single, disposable, easily dumped plastic we have, the more it gets into the environment. And the ocean in particular is becoming like a plastic soup. It is a really serious problem we need to get on top of.
But food waste expert Carly Verghese says packaging isn't as bad as we might think it is.
A lot of people would be surprised to hear that packaging has a lower environmental impact than food waste. Food waste occurs at every stage of the food supply chain, at farm, at retail and also at our home.
Every year, we throw away $20 billion worth of food in Australia. Most of it is coming from our homes.
When food ends up in landfill, it degrades into methane, which is a potent greenhouse gas, and then contributes to the climate change impacts that are happening.
Carly says packaging can also increase the shelf life of fresh produce, giving it more time to be purchased and eaten before it starts to go bad. Take the humble cucumber, for example. In its natural state, it keeps for 3 days. But when shrink-wrapped, that same cucumber will stay fresh for 14 days. Plastic film around a bunch of fresh herbs can extend its shelf life from 2 to 5 days. If it's put in punnets, its shelf life doubles again.
That means we need better practices. It doesn't mean we need better packaging. The supermarkets can do better ordering systems so that they don't create the waste problem by oversupplying the shops.
I think the people who are trying to lobby to have those foods removed from the supermarket have a very narrow viewpoint. This isn't just about packaging and packaging wastage. This is about independence for many people in our community.
I think there is a need for this type of packaging for people with disabilities, and a small section of the supermarket can have that packaging. We don't need it for everybody else.
But according to Michael, that is an unrealistic solution.
Businesses like this are very, very, and I can't stress that enough, capital intensive. And you've got to have big production runs, otherwise it makes the products unaffordable and then it achieves nothing.
I just want people to realise that one person's convenience is another person's way of living a full, healthy and independent life.